Hello guys, this is totally impromptu and you can see my face back here behind my Jason air freshener. I am on my way to work this morning and I thought I would I had a chance to sleep on it and I kind of thought, well, you know, I don't really do this much as far as live stuff and all that, so figured, I'm on my way to work, I've got nothing to do, kind of bored actually. I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts right now. Well, I just left Dunkin' Donuts. But anyway, I'm not really going to be able to interact at all. So if anyone's out there watching, I apologize. I probably won't even notice you're on because, you know, it's driving and I don't want to get myself killed. Anyway, so this is just a very quick on my way to work type, which takes me, you know, about 15-20 minutes, review of the Rumble again last night. So I apologize, it's gonna look weird and all that kind of stuff, and like I said, you're gonna see my Jason thing probably more than anything else because of where I have my car phone mounted. So anyway, so I thought I'd come on again. I had a chance to sleep on it a little bit, and I thought I'd come on and talk about the you know, what kind of my thoughts are a little bit. I know we you know, left it a little bit. Sometimes at the end of the night, it's late and everybody's getting tired. It's tough to try to remember sometimes things about it. So, or, you know, gather your thoughts kind of in that little 15-minute window. First off, I'm seeing what I expected to see this morning on the socials. I'm seeing a lot of hate, which, you know, it seems to be expected now. And if you hear me rumbling through a bag, it's me eating my breakfast. But, you know, it's kind of expected. I'm not surprised when I see it anymore. It's just an in thing to do. Excuse me again, I'm going to be eating, so it's going to sound weird. But when I look back at it, very similar to what Jeff and I kind of said last night, I do think that the placement of the matches was an issue. I loved Seth and Roman. I thought it was fantastic. I loved the Paul Heyman play at the end of the Bobby Lashley thing, because again, I predicted that. I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much. I love the Women's Rumble, and I still think it should have main evented, especially with the Ronda thing at the end. Was a much bigger surprise for people than the Brock thing was. Let's face it, we all knew once Brock lost that he was going to come back. We talked about it. We talked about it on our prediction show. We knew the same with Roman. If Roman would have lost, we all knew he was going to come back and win the Rumble. So the Becky Doudrop match, listen, I'm not going to bang on it. Doudrop got her time in the spotlight, which was, I think, good for her. But again, just the crowd was pretty dead. They were quiet. The Miz and Maurice, Edge and Beth match, I loved. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a lot of fun. You know, but let's get down to something here that I think needs to be said. I think wrestling in general, and this just isn't the WWE, but I think wrestling in general has a spoiler problem. It affected me with Impact Wrestling, and I was very upset about it. And listen, I mentioned that I was kind of a spoiler king, right? I like spoilers in movies and stuff. I spoil myself all the time. It's not fun when you spoil these wrestling things. It's just not. You know, it's one thing for a movie because you're still going to watch a 2.5, 3 hour movie, get the story, whatever it is. If you spoil a part or two, you know, it may not be that big of a deal. But if you read these dirt sheets, and you know what, screw the dirt sheets that spoil people. That's really bullshit. It really is. I don't like it. I don't think it should happen. And if there's dirt sheets that are out there that are getting their kicks and jollies off of doing this, you know, they can go F themselves, because it's garbage. But listen, they're going to do whatever they can do. Like I said, for likes, for money, for clout. They're going to get all that news out there. And the whole thing with Ronda was a prime example. It got spoiled, and everybody knew. So that takes away from a Rumble match, especially because a Rumble, you can kind of figure a Rumble is almost gonna, almost anyone can win, right? That's the whole premise. You're gonna hear driving noise too. I apologize for that. But the whole premise is that anyone can win a Rumble, right? That's what you watch for. Anyone can come in and win it. Now we know as wrestling fans that certain people aren't gonna win them. You just kind of know. I mean, we knew King Corbin wasn't gonna win the Rumble. Madcap Moss wasn't gonna win the Rumble. But you're supposed to go in as a fan very, thinking, oh man, my favorite can win this. This is going to be cool. Well, when you know that Ronda Rousey is coming in, you pretty much know she's going to win it. Why else would she be there? A big star like her isn't going to come to a Rumble and lose. So, and then the men's, everybody kind of knew, again, this goes back to the spoiler thing. Everybody knew because of the dirt sheets that Roman and Brock. Everybody wants. Vince wants Roman and Brock. So you knew that they were going to get back to that. Regardless of, the whole thing with Big E and him having the title and losing the title. And then, listen, this was all to put back their match that they wanted to have, which was Roman and Brock. So, the fact that people are mad, I guess in a way, here's the thing. Don't go to those dirt sheets. Don't spoil yourselves. Don't spoil yourself. If you know something big's coming out, right? And I'll compare it to my geek stuff. If I know some big movie's coming out and I don't personally want to know, I don't watch I don't go on Twitter. I don't go on Facebook. I don't look at the socials because it's going to be out there. Everyone is out to spoil shit. It's just a thing. People love to do it. And personally, it's going to ruin things for you. Regardless of, at the time, you kind of get tempted. Well, let me just go watch this. I just want to see what happens. Human nature is that you want to know. Everybody wants to know, right? It's just in our nature to do that. But you're going to be disappointed when you find out what it is, what it is. You're going to be disappointed because now and then you kind of ruin it. You ruin it for yourself, and then there's no element of surprise. It's not as fun to watch it. So that's just, it's just the way it goes, and it's happened to me, so I know. I've read scripts of things. I knew the whole plot of Star Wars: The Force Awakens 4 weeks before it came out. So I knew everything that was going to happen. And when I went to watch it, yeah, it was cool to see it play out and everything, but it was, it came a little bit disappointing at the end because I knew the whole damn thing. And I think that's a big problem in wrestling today. I think that there's so much of that, I heard it from inside, and I got a scoop from inside the locker room, and we know it's gonna. There's too much of it, and I just think that it hurts the product, and I think it hurts your enjoyment as well because you can't enjoy it anymore. You can't. It's hard to enjoy a wrestling show when you know everything that's gonna happen. So we knew that Ronda was going to show up, or pretty much knew. So not too many people were surprised when she did, which was cool, right? But, again, you couldn't have come away thinking that someone else was going to win. People that were upset or disappointed because their favorites didn't win, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, other names out there that didn't win. You can't be really that surprised by that because, again, Ronda doesn't show up to lose. Now, if you want to go into kind of like a nitpicky thing, listen, WWE, they have their thing, right? Their thing is to rely on veterans. They've always done this all through the years. They haven't changed, and there's no reason or indication to think that they will. NXT now seems to be the place where you're going to be able to go to get fresh talent, young talent, right? But the main roster is always going to be the Brock Lesnar's, the Roman Reigns, the Becky Lynch, the Charlotte Flair. They're always going to be in the mix, you know. And so, does it suck for people who are truly deserving, like Liv Morgan? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, now where does Liv go from here? You know, she does she go back to the tag team scene? You know, now, so, you know, Bianca, young up-and-coming star. Now, Bianca, listen, Bianca's fantastic. Bianca's going to get her shots. No doubt. No doubt. She may challenge Charlotte Flair if Ronda challenges Becky. But there's no doubt. Bianca has just got it, and she's gonna get her shots. The men, you know, I guess, you know, now you're going to have to figure out what, you know, who's Bobby Lashley going to take on. Well, you know, Big E went to SmackDown, it looks like. So, you know, people that are thinking it was, you know, Big E, you know, deserves the title, and, you know, he didn't have a very long run. You know, so where's that going to go? All I know is that if you're watching WWE and thinking that there's going to be major changes and things are going to be different, I think you're in for a letdown. I think you're just letting yourself down, because they operate this way, and this is the way that it's going to be. You're always going to have these big names that are going to come in, the Goldbergs, the Undertakers in the past, you know, Brock, Triple H, you know, Shawn Michaels, these big names that are going to come in time for WrestleMania, and they're going to be the spotlight. It's just how it is. And I think if you're expecting that it's going to change, man, I'll tell you, you know, there's other wrestling promotions out there for you. You know, there's AEW, there's Impact Wrestling, which, by the way, kudos to Mickie James. That was my favorite part of last night. Loved it. And again, that was a step in a different direction, wasn't it? Who would have thought? Who would have thought you'd see a woman come down with a championship from another company in a Royal Rumble in WWE? So that's a step, right? It's a little step forward. And that was incredible. Melina was incredible. Wish she would have lasted longer in it, but she was incredible. Seeing the Bellas together again, pretty cool. The women's match, I absolutely loved it. Should have been the main event. But if you're upset because you're thinking same old WWE, I don't know what to tell you, because this is just how they are. This is what they do. They go back to the old faithful. They rely on the names. They rely on, like I said, the Beckys, the Charlottes, the Brocks, the Romans, the Seth Rollins, they rely on these big names. And to get up in that upper echelon is hard. It's hard to do. So, you know, that's kind of what I wanted to convey today. I think that the spoilers are a big factor in all of wrestling. You know, all of it. Listen, I don't want someone spoiling, you know, I'm a big Impact fan. I don't want people spoiling Impact. I don't want to see that crap. I don't want people sharing that with me. I don't want to know. They're taping weeks in advance. Yeah, you can spoil the whole damn thing. You know, people spoiling the GOD appearance. You know, that's a cool moment as a fan. That's a mark out moment. I don't want it spoiled. And I think my only lesson to you guys from a spoiler king, because I've grown up as a spoiler of everything. Everything. I read, when I was a young man, I read books. What are books, right? I read books about movies. So when Star Wars first came out, the novel would come out first. That's how it was. They don't do that anymore, but that's how it was. I would read the novels before I'd go see the film, so I knew what was going to happen. But when you see it happen, you then can picture it up on the screen. So it really never bothered me. But with wrestling, it's completely different, because if you're spoiling everything for yourself, you're going to come away with that feeling of disappointment, the anger that I'm seeing today out there, like, oh my God, Brock won again. Oh, that was so boring because you knew he was going to win. Well, of course. You knew 2-3 months ago that they want Brock and Roman at Mania. Everybody knew it. So I don't know why, like, there's such a big outcry today. That it was all over the place. Everyone knew it. We've said it on our show. So I don't get where the anger's from today. Like, did you think it was going to change? Obviously these dirt sheets, wherever they get it, apparently get somebody on the inside. They must have some sort of source that they rely upon to get them this news. So, you should have kind of expected it. And then if you spoiled Ronda Rousey, which, we talked about it in our prediction show, but at that point it was a rumor. I didn't even read anything about Ronda Rousey. Nothing. I didn't read anything about Ronda. Nothing at all. So I didn't know for a fact that she was going to be there. So yeah, so when she got there, it was kind of cool moment. But if you knew 100% and you read some of these dirt sheets or whoever spoiled it, then yeah, it's going to suck, because she's coming, and she's coming to win. So that was really the gist of it. I think that wrestling has a severe spoiling problem. And if you are a big fan, as I know a lot of you guys in our community are fans, and you want to have a fun time at an event, or seeing an event, or watching an event, stay away from the spoilers. Just unplug from Twitter or wherever you get them from. It is mostly Twitter, but unplug from Twitter. Get away from it. You might find it's a wonderful thing, but get away from it for a few days before the event, or a week or so before the event, and don't be reading all these dirt sheets all the time. That's what's killing it. At least to me, that's what it seems like. It's killing wrestling, is all of the spoilers. So that said, I'm about to get to work here. Like I said, small little things, just some thoughts from me. I've seen the hatred out there. I've seen oh my God, Royal Rumble sucked. Oh, it blows. Oh, it was terrible. Oh my God, it was so predictable. Oh, it's Brock. Oh, it's Ronda. Yeah, listen, I'm hearing it all again. And look, if you go back to the well that is dry, time after time after time, I guess that's kind of on you, thinking that the well is going to have water in it. This is just the way it is. This is WWE, like it or not. This is them. And like I say about my Dallas Cowboys, until Jerry Jones is no longer with us, the Dallas Cowboys are going to lose every year. They're not going to make the Super Bowl. That's what I put up with. And I'm sorry, guys, but that's going to be the same way with Vince. He's the same kind of an owner. He's going to stick to his plans, what he does. This is what he does. So, watch something different. Get fired up for AEW. Get fired up for Impact Wrestling. Get fired up for whatever it is you dig. But, I put a poll out there on our Twitter. Go and check it out if you haven't already. I'd really love to know your thoughts. Whether you leave them in the comments on this video, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. I'd really love to know. If you came out of last night being upset and angry, what made you that way? Was it because you fantasy booked it? Did you fantasy book something happening? Did you fantasy book Bray Wyatt coming in? Or, excuse me, Alexa Bliss coming in and winning? Did you fantasy book something that didn't happen? If you did, man, it's fun to fantasy book, but, that was probably never in the cards. None of that was probably ever at play. I don't think Bray Wyatt was ever at play. So, it's kind of a you and me thing. If we fantasy book something, it doesn't happen. But what if you really hated this thing? And in the poll so far, it's showing that people just hated it. I'm a little surprised by it, actually. I didn't think that people were going to say great that much, but I thought at least it'd get a good to an average. But most of it's hatred. And if you hated it, tell me why. I'm really curious to know. Are you really expecting things in WWE to change? Are you really expecting it to be different? Than it is every other year, every other WrestleMania season. But if so, let me know. Let me know in the comments in the video too if you want. But again, just a small little thing, very, very impromptu. Not at all professional what Jeff does with the video. As you can see, you were watching my air freshener dangle the entire time. So not at all a professional thing by any means. It was just a little thing I just wanted to do on my way into work, and just kind of share some thoughts and comments, or my comments and thoughts after I got a chance to get some rest, sleep on it a little bit, kind of reflect and think about what my thoughts were on the Royal Rumble. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, whoever did. Let me just take see, now I'm here. 6 people. Well, hey, hello. Thanks for watching, those that did. I am heading to my workplace now, and listen, enjoy your day, enjoy the wrestling, enjoy whatever it is, and hopefully we'll see you soon. But let me know in that poll. Go on Twitter, vote in the poll. Let me know why. Just give me a reason. Let me know why you thought the way you thought about the Royal Rumble. And if not, just drop it on this video too. All right, guys, have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you all soon. See ya.